I'm going to wear this shirt on my video, on my next video. Look at that. It's 626 in a Mets uniform. Check it out. Check it out. Yeah, that wasn't planned or anything. I just decided to do that. I'm joined by ow, fuck balls. Ow, fuck, ow.
How's that? Should I change my name to that?
I'm joined by Slicks. Tripped over my green screen.
I was gonna say, is 626 with the having 4 arms, is that kind of cheating?
But he doesn't have 4 arms in that picture. He only has his 2.
In the picture, but he technically still has 4 arms. Just because they're not out doesn't mean he doesn't have them.
Yeah, but he'll only do it if he needs to make a catch, you know? Ow, fuck. Tripped over my green screen. Fucking hurts like a bitch. Okay, so this is not the Biggles breakdown. This is the Biggles break. So the Biggles breakdown is only going to be once a week or once a month. And then the Biggles break is going to be in those other things. So we still have the stream on these Mondays so we can still hang out, talk about anime, talk about stuff. And what I want to do is talk about what animes we've been watching. And right now, if you look behind me, I have Isekai Quartet, but not in the chibi version. I have them with their actual anime characters. Now, this is an isekai that has multiple isekais coming together into another world where they're all in a school, and it's got Brianna Knickerbocker playing like 3 different characters in the show. It's got Overlord. It's got the show Swigs watches that I don't know. It's got the Saga of Evil Tanya, which is this little girl right here. Yeah, it's got Amelia from ReZero. How do I fucking do this? You know, I don't know how to. And it's actually really funny. I like the chibi versions of shows because they're like comedies and they're funny. So I really like that. So I'll probably talk about that. And then I watched 3 of these 4. And because I haven't watched the 4th one, maybe Swigs will talk about it because that's what he's here for. And then Chunk is going to Chunk is going to come in later. Phrasing.
Are we doing spoilers?
Well, on the breakdowns, we usually spoil everything. So you get to spoil the show for me if you want. If someone does not want to be spoiled, well, then the Biggles break and the Biggles breakdown isn't for you. It's just we go over everything, and mainly because I end up spoiling everything on accident. Oh, look, I even have the girls' baseball still in the background. I love it. I love it. We'll go with the hot tub. Yeah, look at that. We're in a hot tub. I fucking tripped and hurt myself, and I can't function right.
I'm almost wondering if in Florida we should actually do one.
Do a hot tub stream? I don't want to get in a hot.
They have one there.
I don't want to get in a hot tub with you.
You don't want our sweat mixing?
No. That sounds really, really bad.
Fine,
it's bad enough when Skizzles is like, hot tub? And I'll be like, no, I don't want to go in the hot tub with a bunch of dudes, Skizzles. It's like, hot tub? So they'll all be sitting in the hot tub and I'll just have my feet in it. I won't go in it when it's only dudes. So I think Chuck is going to be here in a little bit. But
especially after the hot tub talk.
Yeah, right. So this is a hot tub stream now. I'm sorry, we've taken over. We're all hot tubbing it up. Everybody is in the hot tub. Even these 4 anime girls behind me. So Isekai Quartet they all get sucked out of their world, and apparently the main Isekai character from the one that Swigs watches, what is it?
It's
What's it called? Yeah, no.
Oh,
but what
the show Konosuba.
Yeah, so Konosuba. Apparently, the main character steals panties.
On accident.
And he does it to the magician girl in Isekai Quartet because she walks in front and he's trying to like take out this monster, and he's like, ah! And she's like, oh, my panties. And I was like, what the fuck is this? So I like based on the characters from that show in Isekai Quartet, I'm like, I don't think this is a show I should watch. Uh, so so Swigs is going to talk about it. So tell me, what is the show about? And try to actually sell it to me to where I would want to watch it. You know,
All right,
let
one
me
second.
know.
I'm starting up my van. 1 second.
He's starting up his van. Oh no, his van has no windows. It's white and it says free candy written on the side. And most of the time, it is just written that way so his own children get in his car so he can take them to sports stuff. He does. He
Okay,
tells other kids to go away.
so Konosuba uh, starts off with a teenager who pretty much, I guess, is a nerd, and
Okay.
he sees a girl that he thinks is about to get hit by a truck. So he ends up saving her, and he dies. Well, when he gets to not really heaven, but kind of limbo, he meets Aqua, who is a goddess
This
that
chick, right?
ex- yeah, that explains to him that he can either take his chances or be reincarnated, or there's a parallel world in like a fantasy world that he can go to, and he can take one item or one skill with him when he goes. So he
So
chooses that.
he chose stealing panties.
No, he couldn't figure out what to take. He thought about a sword. He thought about powerful magic and everything. And then at the last minute, he was getting during the time that he's talking to Aqua, she's like real smart alecky. So he's getting sent off to the world without choosing. He's like, I don't know, I don't know. And he just picks you. I'm taking you. And she's like, what? And then another goddess comes up, says, this has been approved. And she's like screaming at him, like, what the heck are you talking about?
Get fucked, Aqua.
So she gets dragged into the world with him. And so they go to start a guild. Well, obviously, since she's a goddess, she's pretty much stupid as far as
Uh-huh.
intelligence. She's really ditzy, but she is very powerful. And then he's just still starting out, and they don't have any money. They have to do construction work, and he thought he was going into a world where he could be like a huge hero that slays monsters.
Uh-huh.
So they're
And it's
constantly
just him in his little green cloak.
yeah. So it takes them a while to build skills to get money. They have to sleep together in a stall in a barn because they have nowhere to stay.
Hey, they sleep in the stables in book 2. Watch Wednesday to find out what else happens then.
So
Hi, JT.
while they're in there, they end up meeting Megamine, which is the witch girl.
Okay. The one who wears red. Yep.
Yeah, and she has a prequel that's really cool that I just finished up last week. She has studied and learned advanced magic, but she was determined to only learn explosion magic, which can only be used one time a day. And after she does it, she's completely exhausted and can't move.
Yeah, so in Isekai Quartet, she's always trying to use explosion magic, but they say she's not good at it because she never says the same enchantment. So she like never has like more power to her explosions.
I
And
guess I can
like
see that. I mean, her powers are extremely OP. I mean, she can blow up a whole mountainside, but she, like I said, she can only use it once. So not many groups really wanted her on their team. So she ends up going with Aqua, and I forget his name is Yakum Yakuma or something. I forget the boy's name.
Cosma or something like that. Something with a K, I thought.
I thought it was Yakuma or Yukuma.
Kazasami. Oh, that was probably his first name.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So yeah, and then after a few episodes of that are pretty funny, like where the two girls keep getting eaten by giant frogs while they're trying to kill 5 in 3 days. They run into Darkness, who is the warrior type. So she joins them, but she's very masochist. but tries to like not acknowledge that she is. Like every time somebody's getting, she's like, she even freaks out the bad guys in there because there's like the demon lord's minions or his generals, and one shows up there and she's like, "What are you planning on doing to us? Are you gonna tie us up and stick hot pokers on us or anything?" He's like, "What the heck are you talking about?"
Oh, do I have that video from Isekai Quartet in my Discord? Or did I send it to you?
Yeah, I
No,
think you did.
I think it's in my Discord somewhere. But I'm actually going to send it to my my Discord right now. So and Isekai Quartet, so the guy's name is Kazuma. So the boy's name is Kazuma. So he or no, Abeto right here, Abeto in Isekai Quartet, she tells the magician girl, she tells the magician girl that or she tells someone that the reason why the magician girl's powers don't work is fucking because she never says the same thing. So I think it's Albedo that tells him. I go by everything, Dan Blackwood. Everything. Everything and anything. Oh, wait, hold on. That's the Albedo one. This is, where is it? Where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay. I'm sending that to me. And then I will play it from my Discord. And basically, you'll see my DMs to me. So Biggles will DM Biggles. So I'm doxing Biggles' own DMs. So this is Biggles talking to Biggles 2, which is just my phone. Okay, so let's oh wait, hold on. Ready? Share. So no one actually cares because it's just me showing my own shit. Okay. Windows, Discord. So let me know. Can you hear this? Can you hear that? You can't hear that?
I can't. I could see it, but I can't hear anything.
To share audio, share tab instead of screen. Shit. How do I put this in a tab then? Swigs, start talking while I try to figure this out. Can speak it to speak.
Biggles really loves Skizzles, but he.
Why are you so mean to me? Okay, maybe. Can I DM myself in whatever? Chunk, thank God you're here. Please.
I don't know if it's as much as Chunk loves Cowman, but still.
You scared Chunk away. He ran away. Oh my God. You killed him. Oh, maybe I can share a video file. Hold on, let's open file. I can hear it. I can't see it. What is going on? There we go. Okay. Wait, let's see if I can share this screen now. No. Fuck balls. How do I play this in a balls? I don't know how to do this. Video file. You know what? I can do it this way. Don't worry. Don't worry, guys. I'm figuring this out. Blah, 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 blah. Is this it? I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out. I fucked it up. Chunk fucked it up. He was supposed to come in and save me from the failure that... Okay, here it is. Guys, this is the shit that this character that he's talking about does.
Challenges my pain threshold. Yeah, I can endure most anything. So this strong man will punish me with a whip, and together we will demonstrate my resilience to pain and humiliation. Now, come on, soldier. Show no mercy. Strike me with that whip, because I know you love to.
What? I've never hit you.
That's the kind of shit that this character is about. So yeah, I probably could have paused that and I might get copyright, but whatever. That's it. That's all we had for that part. But yeah, so it's it's really funny. The character's like fucking ridiculous that he's talking about, but like based on how they behave in this one, did device not connected. How about now, Chunk? Chunk is the Titan Slayer. Look at that.
Oi, cunts.
Oi, cunt. So yeah, that character is really weird, and the whole group of those characters are weird. So I'm like, I don't know, like that is like an isekai. Like it's got all the tropes that isekais have that I know of, except maybe is he missing a sister that's in love with him? Right? Is one of the characters in there has a sister that's in love with them? That's the only trope it's missing for the isekai. Like. But it's got all the crazy isekai tropes that you get. So if you like the tropes of the isekai, that is the one for you.
I will tell you that the OVA for Konosuba is freaking hilarious, but it's very
one you can't watch while your children are at home. Yes, I knew it. Chunk, are you watching anything, or are you just playing Attack on Titan 2 still?
I mean, I'm not playing anything right now, but I think the only thing I have that's worthy of talking about is I watched the Cowboy Bebop movie for the first time.
Yeah, how's that compared to the rest of the series?
It's pretty good. I mean, it's not as good as the whole series, but I mean, it's still a really good add-on.
Yeah. Was it a continuation or something in the middle?
It's something in the middle. It's obviously you can't have Cowboy Bebop after the events after the end for reasons, but I don't know where it takes place. I just assume it's probably somewhere in the middle.
Well, if Faye's there, it's after episode 4.
Yeah, the whole gang is there, Ed and everybody.
So if Ed's there, so it's after episode 5, I think. So it has to take place before 5, and what Cowboy Bebop is what, 12 or 26?
26.
Okay, so it has to be between 5 and 25 to make sense. But yeah, so Isekai Quartet also has the Saga of Evil Tanya, right? And in Isekai Quartet, she actually has more character development in Isekai Quartet, which is a funny thing, than she does in her entire 2 seasons in movie. And the funny thing is, it's all because of Aqua, because Aqua's a goddess, and she meets a goddess, and she's like, wow, actually, they are real, right? So she gets like more character growth in Isekai Quartet, which is just a funny thing, than she does in her entire show. Now, her show is, she's this like evil businessman, right? That gets murdered by its own, like, the person they fired. They're like, you know what? You suck at your job. You're fired, right? And then the guy has like pushes him in front of a train, because apparently that's what they do in Japan. They push you in front of trains. They're like, train, push you, right? And they always, like, if I'm in Japan, I'm not standing anywhere by the train entrance, right? Because I've seen like 15 people get pushed in front of trains already, and in the Japanese stuff I watch, and I'm like, okay, I'll go on the train, but I am not.
Little white pickup truck.
Well, I know how to get hit by a car. I don't know how to get hit by a train. I've been hit by a car before. Okay, I know how to survive that hit. So evil businessman gets reincarnated, and she calls the god Being X, right? She's like, I won't even give you a name. I don't believe in God. I believe in science, right? And in order to activate her magic powers, which she was given a shit ton. And the god was like, you're going to have to go through all these challenges and stuff. So she's like, okay, cool. So she gets, she's like, fuck you, right? I don't believe in you. And she has to pray to the god every time she wants to use her powers. She's like, this is a big fuck you, right? And it's like World War One. It starts with the trenches. There's all fighting. Her cast is actually really cool. I really like the cast. But the biggest problem with this show is the girls have the fucking giant ass eyes that are like the entire head, and the guys have the normal artwork. So it's like they still have the chibi faces from Isekai Quartet for the girls, but the guys have normal faces. And it's just like, what the fuck? It's like, whew, like the whole face is eyeballs, like entirely. But it's like an alternate universe of World War One, and then it has a movie after the results. And they're like, yeah, well, fuck these commies. Let's beat the commies. And they go in, and now they have the same, in the movies now they have the same names as the real world. So they're bombing the shit out of Moscow. And they're like, oh yeah, everybody knows the commies have shitty air defense. So they go in with like 20 people and fucking bomb the shit out of Moscow. And just like, and it's so cool. But out of all of the other isekais on here, except maybe yours that I haven't watched, Swigs, that's probably the worst one. But I do like it because it's a war one. So I think it's pretty cool. But apparently it got banned from like New York Comic-Con because it's like because we're on YouTube, I have to say Yahtzees because they're like Yahtzee uniforms, but it's World War One. The movie is like more World War Two, but they're still wearing the World War One uniforms, like types, and they're green, so they're totally different colors than what they wear. So it was like a whole controversy that was because people are like, I don't know the difference between World War One and World War Two. So, yeah. So, what's your thoughts on that, Chuck?
Sounds interesting, I guess.
Yeah. Would you watch a World War One show with a magical 11-year-old?
Maybe.
Maybe. If it makes you feel any better, she kills some old dude, and then the daughter tries to like kill her, which is pretty funny to me. Swigs, what do you think? Would you watch a World War One movie with a girl with magical powers that's like an evil man?
Probably. I don't know. Depends on what it's like. I haven't. There's certain art styles that kind of bore me because usually when they got that certain art style, the story is weird.
Well, other than the eyeballs on the girls, the main two girls, I think the art style is actually pretty nice. But yeah, so in Isekai Quartet, she has way better things. Her like main assistant gets like a job in Isekai Quartet, and the whole joke is that she has every single job that's available in this world. Like they're like, she's working at the donut shop. No, she's working at the Home Depot or whatever the fuck it's called, the hardware store. And they're like, she's working at this barista. She's working here. She's working so she has like 20 different jobs. She's like, oh yeah, I just needed extra money. So like after work, she works every single job in this other world. So it's actually pretty funny. I think it's a fun little chibi things where the episodes are only like 12 minutes. And then, Ray Chase is in it too, Chunk. So you would like it because he's from ReZero and he's the teacher in it. So he would be fun to because he has that, oh hi guys, like kind of character. That voice that he uses. But Swigs, have you seen any of the other shows on here? Did you ever watch ReZero?
I watched the first 3 episodes of ReZero. I then I stopped it. I haven't gone back to it yet, but I do know it's like I don't know if the whole series is him constantly dying and restarting.
He dies 17 times in what we have so far. But that's his power. His power is come back from the dead. And in Isekai Quartet, he's like, I don't know if I could die here because they said you can't reincarnate here. And then he says the thing, like, so he can't tell anybody that he can die and come back from the dead, right? Or it kills him, right? So
More like a Groundhog Day type thing.
Yeah, kinda. He like restarts and he can change it.
So he does get a new start point.
Well, eventually, yeah, he gets a new start point when he hits a different save point, basically. But he does get killed by a certain character 2 times. That I have the character on my my bureau thing, whatever it's called, my dresser.
That one chick, right? With the
I
is
can't
it her
tell you
nails?
her nails. No,
Wasn't
she
it
kills
her
him
nails
with a
that she
fucking.
kills with?
She kills him with a. Oh no, that's a different girl. Episode 4. Wait till
I was gonna
episode 4.
say she's killed him 2 or 3 times. That's what I thought you were talking about.
She kills him, I think, 5 times in the story. 5 or 4. He gets killed by a certain girl twice. He gets killed by random street thugs. He gets killed by her, I think, a total of 5 times. He dies 17 times in the fucking show. He dies so many times. He gets eaten by a rabbit. All right. He gets devoured by a rabbit. Okay. It's the things that happens to Subaru is fucking hilarious to me. Or as Ram calls him, Barasu. But he dies a lot. And in Isekai Quartet, they're fighting some like indestructible robot from Konosuba. Did I say that right?
Indestructible robot.
Yeah, is there an indestructible robot there? Because it's not in Overlord, it's not in ReZero, and it's not in Tanya.
Trying to think of it. I don't recall one.
Because Kazuma was like, oh, it's an indestructible robot from us, or something like that. From our world.
I'm trying to think of what show. I remember there being a golem in one, and I can't remember if
Yeah, maybe it was a golem. Because they do fight a golem and they're all running away from it, and she tries to blow it up. And instead she ends up blowing up the bridge, and then I think Tanya and Lord Ines takes it down.
I don't know if it was in Konosuba. I think I might be thinking of Fairy Tail.
No, Fairy Tail isn't an isekai, is it? So it wouldn't be in the
No,
show.
I'm saying the golem that I'm thinking of.
Well, they do fight a golem from that, so I don't know. I think it's from your show. But like Natsumi from Rising of the Shield Hero comes in and he's like, shield, airstrike shield, second shield. And he's like starts doing all his shields to try to protect them from the thing. And he's able to stop it, and then someone has to kill it because he's got like no offensive power. He's all defense because he's the tank or whatever. But so we've talked about technically 3 out of the 4 out of the girls here. And we have Lady Abeto, who is awesome from Isekai Quartet. She's Tanya. This one walks up to Lord Ines and realizes that they're all from Japan. Like they realize who are the Isekai characters. And Lady Abeto's like, get away from him, you tramp, if you want to hump him or something like that. And I was just dying laughing. I thought it was so funny. But in Overlord, he's like in a D&D, or not a D&D game, an MMORPG. So it's called Yggdrasil. So it's kind of like it's their version of like EverQuest or something like that, right? So he it's the last day before the servers are shutting down. So he's staying with all the NPCs, and he's talking to one of the guys that started the guild with him, and he's like, man, this sucks. I'll never get to play with these guys again, right? And he has the Staff of Vines, right? Which is a magical item they have. And Lady Albedo is supposedly like this really tough bitch that is in, or that's like the head of all the guardians, like, because their thing is like a raid. Their guild house is like a raid, so like you'd have to go through their guild to beat them. And he uses the staff to change her NPC settings, and it's like, yeah, she's kind of a bitch. And he changes it to she loves Mokama or Mokamer, which is like the name of his character name. And before he goes by Lord Ines, right, he changes his name to Lord Ines after like a certain episode. And Overlord's one of the shows I would recommend watching, unless you have a problem with the weird harem stuff, which is funny. But there's so much funny stuff in Overlord that it's worth watching.
You know, one thing that I actually was surprised about is that they didn't consider Konosuba to be a harem, because he's not actually.
Because none of them want to fuck him. They all
No,
hate him,
well, I
and
think
just in his
later on he does end up with one of them, but yeah, he doesn't like all of them, because obviously Aqua annoys the crap out of him. He thinks Darkness is extremely hot, but he's not interested in dating her.
Is it the first girl he steals the panties from?
Megumin, yeah. So,
no, not the
witch.
mage.
Oh, the girl that was with Darkness. Yeah, actually, in the show, he doesn't just steal underwear. I mean, it's on accident. That girl that's with Darkness, she tells him that he needs to learn different skills to level up. So he's like, she offered to teach him the steal, which is based off
the one
of
he uses all the time.
Yeah, you have to use the power, and I forget. All he really does is reach out his hand in the power, and he yells "steal," and it's supposed to be based off his luck on how good of a prize he gets. Well, his skills maxed out at luck for some reason when he first got on. That's the only real talent he has. And so, but at the first two times, or most of the time when he goes to steal, all he gets is their underwear. Like the first time he tries it, she's like, okay, go ahead and practice. And so he takes her underwear, and then he's in the guild hall, and he tries to do it again to steal somebody's money, and instead he holds up a black pair of underwear, and he's like, what, again? And then Megumin's off the side, she's like, can I have those back? It's kind of cold.
He steals hers because she jumps in front in Isekai Quartet, and it's kind of funny. But so that girl that he steals the panties that taught him steal, she's in the other class in Isekai Quartet, and they're talking, and they're like, what's the greatest thing you've ever stolen? And he's like, her panties? And it's like,
I mean, he stole a magic sword from one dude who's actually another one that came from Japan that been there longer. But it is kind of funny because later on there's some girl that won't leave him, that's like really pissing him off. And so he was like, I could steal your underwear. And he's just trying to, it freaks her out to where she runs away and leaves him alone.
Nice. Yeah, he seems to hate all the girls. If you watch Isekai Quartet.
Oh yeah, he even calls Megumin when he narrates about it in the prequel. He says he said, "Oh, she's a powerful mage from the Red Demon village and everything." But most people think she's just an idiot that does explosion magic.
Yeah. So back to Overlord. But Lady Albedo is like the comic relief in Isekai Quartet, because she's always like, get away from Lord Eyes, you hussy, right? But there's a scene between her and Aqua Is there a character who stuffs her bra in Kono?
Oh no, no. So the other goddess that took over for Aqua is Eris, and she's like really sweet. Like there's several other times where so Aqua can regenerate a body even if it's just bones, as long as they aren't like decayed. So
Mhm.
there's a few times where Kazuma actually sacrifices himself and he goes back and but Aqua keeps bringing him back, but he sits there and talks. It's Eris, and she's real
Mhm.
sweet. There's two different like churches in different cities in the town, or like in the world that's there for Eris, and one is for Aqua. And it's freaking funny because the people that worship Aqua are constantly just bashing Eris, and
Mhm.
so like even Aqua was like told one guy that was like praying to her, and she's like, go forth and remember this mantra: Eris stuffs her bra.
Yeah. Okay. So Aqua is talk. Oh, so there's uh something blood swollen or something like that. She's the vampire chick in Overlord, and she's there, and she's with Albedo, right? And they're walking through the halls, and Aqua and I think Kazuma, or no, it's Aqua and another girl that walk up to them, right? And she starts complaining about Eris, right? And she's like, "What kind of girl like stuffs her shirt?" And the vampire chick stuffs her shirt, and she starts freaking out. And Albedo goes, "Yeah, what kind of girl does that?" And they have like a moment, and Aqua doesn't realize that she's also like making fun of blood swollen or some whatever the fuck her thing is. And it's just so funny. Like I'm dying laughing. I thought it was fucking the funniest scene in the whole thing. Um, but so the vampire chick in Overlord, uh, she she gets her mind taken over in one of the episodes, and then when she comes back, she's like, "What happened to my chest?" Because they like they unstuffed her shirt, and she's like trying to blame it on. She's trying to blame it on like what happened to her, and she's like, "They reduced the size of my breasts." So it's it's pretty funny. The show is ridiculous. Overlord has a bunch of funny shit in it,
Oh,
but
oh, like
it's also pretty cool.
Well, like I said, that OVA I told you about for Konosuba, that one is so freaking hilarious. I
But you
mean,
can't
even
watch it when your
at
children
the
are
end.
home.
No, just because of the jokes and stuff in it are like, well, he's in a shop and he randomly puts on some stupid thing around his neck that apparently whatever it'll keep shrinking to where it will, just either, it'll kill him, but unless it's something that's supposed to make you want to fulfill the wishes that you have in your heart or whatever. And well, he was like, I didn't make any wish, and he didn't remember that he said something beforehand. So one of the girls that comes in later, she's like, well, we got to figure out what your wish is. So they all start granting any wish that he can think of. So like two of the girls, he told them that they have to play like that he has a wish that they would play strip rock paper scissors. And then what was it? I forget what darkness has had to do. I think something she kept having to work out. I think he kept telling her to do jumping jacks and push-ups and sit-ups.
Guys,
Aqua,
just so you know, Swigs is a degenerate, okay? He's a degenerate. He makes
well,
Lethal Lightning look normal.
the funniest part though out of all of it though is he didn't want all he kept Aqua kept waiting for him to and mad that he was going to make her do something, and he was like, no, I don't want you to, just go get me something to eat. Like every time she comes around, like he keeps saying, just go to the store or something and get me a drink, and he and she was starting to get mad, like, why aren't you making me do anything?
Chunk, has he decided to help you decide to watch this Konosuba?
Konosuba.
Konosuba?
Yeah, the actual series is called like God's Blessing or something. The God's Blessing. The other one, Explosion, is the prequel.
Has he done a good job of convincing you to go watch this anime?
No, I think I'd rather watch the other one.
Which other one? The World War One one, or the ReZero, or Overlord?
Either of those.
Any three of those. Swigs, you got to do a better job selling it, man.
You just got to watch it. Most of these shows, it's hard to describe. Like, if I just described it, it would just be like every other show, but it's really hilarious.
You can't sell it on all he does is steal panties, okay?
That was what you sold it on.
He's the greatest panty thief in all of Isekai. You know, like, you could be like, one man gets reincarnated after saving a little girl from a truck. He then becomes the world's greatest panty thief, right? And then you're like, and he has a whole bunch of beautiful women following him around, even a goddess who's kind of stupid and a lush, but it's okay, right? You gotta get into it. Oof, use some power. Like ReZero, you could be like, it has 2 twin maids that everybody sexualizes, even though they're not sexualized in the show. A girl, a simp, a talking cat who's full of magical powers, comes back from the dead to fight cool ass bitches that cut him up a lot. You know, like, go for it. You ever wonder what would happen if your life came back from the dead over and over again and you could change and save the people you love? Well, that's ReZero, right? You just got to get into it.
Yes, at the beginning of it was kind of like meh, because I was expecting something like him dying, or some event happens to where he gets sent to the world, and all it was just him. He just kept walking, and he all down the street, and all of a sudden he was in the other world.
Yeah, I don't. I think most of them are like reincarnations, but that one he was just teleported. Every other one Ainz wasn't, Lord Ainz wasn't for Overlord. So like he goes back in time, or not goes back in time. So the server shut off and he's like, oh, I'm still here. And then all the NPCs come up to him and start talking. And he's like, whoa, what's going on? Right. And he's like, oh man, I gotta rule this. I'm just a 9 to 5. Right. I don't know. I'm not even management. Like, I don't know how to run this. And like all the cool people that I ended up liking all die. And there's so many cool stuff, but like if you're a human, you're basically dead in that show. And you find out that like this one chick is like worse. But it turns out the guy Austin who plays Karma that I met, he's also the emperor of like their version of Rome. So he's like one of the voice actors in there. So that was kind of cool. I was like, I just watched this and I didn't even realize it was your voice, because he uses like a much different voice than he does for his other characters. So I didn't actually realize that it was him. So I ended up talking to him about that. And I was like, yeah, they have a movie coming out. And he's like, oh, I'm not in that one. And I was like, I think it's just a sub. I don't even know if they're going to do dub, because they have the other 2 movies. And those are both sub only. And he would have been in the second of those movies. So there's a whole bunch of cool like people in Overlord, and it's got a whole bunch of cool stories and stuff. And it's got one of the most Rule 34 characters for you pervs out there, and that's a Beto right there. Yeah, so that is what I've been watching. I've been watching all 3 of these 4 isekais and Isekai Quartet, and I just watched Mob Psycho 100. That's pretty cool. Have you guys seen that? Do you know what that is? All right, so
I've been
basically
binge watching a lot, but not that.
So Mob Psycho has like this whole different art style, and they really like butt chins, because a lot of people have butt chins, and it's about this guy Reagan, but it's more about Mob, right? But you meet Reagan. Reagan's like the first character you meet, if I'm remembering it right, and he's like this fake psychic who uses Mob, because Mob has psychic powers, to like exorcise like the ghosts and stuff. and they go through and they're just like, it's really funny. This kid is like, no, you shouldn't like use your powers against other people. And then like he finally realizes that he has to use his powers against other people because it's an evil organization of like all psychics trying to take over the world. And it's just a fun show. And there is this thing called the Body Improvement Club that he joins. And they are just like the greatest group in all of anime is the Body Improvement Club from Mob Psycho 100. They are the best. I even posted on Twitter saying, I am convinced that these are the greatest anime group ever. And let me see if I can just find that thing real quick. Here it is. I found it. All right. Let's share screen. No DMs are open. All right, look at this. These are the the Body Improvement Club right here. They all they want to do is get better in shape, and they help out everyone else. They're not bullies. And the guy in the middle right, he actually sacrifices himself before Dimples, one of the characters is a ghost, possesses him and helps defeat this other guy because he's way stronger than the other guy who uses his psychic abilities for powers. So I actually shed one tear during that scene where he was like, I will die before I let you hurt him. And it was fucking awesome because the Body Improvement Club is the greatest group in all of anime, and I have said it and I will say it again because I think they are amazing. Because all they want to do is help you get better, and they cheer you on and they support you even if all you do is collapse, like Mob does when trying to run and get better. Because all he wants is the girl, man. All Mob wants is the girl, so he's got to join the Body Improvement Club so he can be better. And that is the greatest group in all of anime, and I will stand by that decision. But it's kind of funny. I don't like season 3, but some people say it's good, and I just don't like it. They changed the main voice actor, and it kind of sounds like he's in puberty, and he sounds less awkward, so I don't like it as much. But season 1 and 2 are fun. And you get more Body Improvement Club in season 1 and 2. So, yeah. And then what else am I watching? I don't think I'm watching anything else. I haven't watched anything else. Do you have anything that you're going to start watching? Because we can, if we all have something that we haven't watched, we can go watch it in the Discord after this. Or after you go pick up your daughter, I guess.
Oh, I just got back.
Oh, you were gone this whole time?
Yeah.
Oh.
I would say
like next door?
No, it's about 15 minutes away.
Has he been quiet this whole time, Chunk?
A little bit, I guess. I don't know. Not as quiet as me.
Maybe he's a magician and just teleports places. Swigs, are you a magician? Except instead of explosion magic? Yeah, sure. It's a
That's
Magi.
another series. No, actually, I thought it was Magi, and then when I watched the show, it's actually Magi.
All right, tell us about it. What is it?
So apparently,
all right, he's failed. No, go ahead.
Well, apparently there's these pillars that have just came out of nowhere across the world, and this is kind of like in like Arabian times. Like because the main character that is a Magi, his name is Aladdin, but it has like nothing really to do with like actual Aladdin or anything people would think about it. He meets Alibaba, and they both go into one of the towers and take it over, and they end up getting rich and all this power. Mainly, it's just there's a warring nation that's trying to control everything, and the two of them the two of them are trying to stop them from controlling, but they're also trying to learn about other magic because there's an evil organization that all they want to do is actually just destroy the entire world, and they're using that
Based.
evil kingdom as a means to get it done. Trying to think of if I don't think there's really that many voice actors in there that you would know. I think the red hair girl, that she's part of a tribe that they meet. She was a slave that they freed. She was part of some tribe that are like super strong people.
Okay.
And I think she was voiced by what's that girl who does? She does the voice of Ladybug on Miraculous Ladybug. She also does stuff from like Fairy Tale and what's that one game you were playing? Fire Emblem.
She's in Fire Emblem?
Yeah.
I
don't remember her name. I do remember
you know
she does play the voice
in Fire Emblem?
No, she does the voice of Ladybug from Miraculous Ladybug. So if you looked her up,
Google Ladybug voice actor.
Because actually, the guy that in Miraculous Ladybug that she likes, who's also a superhero, he's that guy's voiced by the dude that does the voice of Inosuke.
Yeah, and Max Middleman is in it too, apparently. So Max Middleman is in it, or in Ladybug, anyways. Bryce Penderbrook, who is also Aaron Yeager. It's also got Matt Mercer doing random voices throughout the show. It's got Kira Buckland doing random voices throughout the thing. It's got Vic Mignogna. So it's got that Ladybug has. But Christina V, she plays Sailor Mars too. And so that is the voice of the person you're talking about.
Yeah, they kind of went. It's more centered around kids when it first came out. My daughter liked it, and I thought the show was pretty fun to watch. So me and her watched it, but then they did some kind of special, and it got like pretty much really Disney-fied. As in, it just completely went woke, and it's like put another gay girl in and make it lame.
The Japanese do love their lesbians. They're in everything. But you never.
Well, I think it's a French. Well, I thought it first was in a French cartoon.
Oh,
now there is a
know.
Japanese type animation of it, I think, but not that long of an anime.
Oh, well, I don't know. But guys, there is like 6.5 minutes left, and I want to talk about the one thing that I'm watching.
Chunk.
Kingdom Season 5 just fucking dropped yesterday. I'm so excited. I watched the first episode. It left on a cliffhanger. I know Kangling? I don't know. She has a different name in season 1 and season 3 because they changed all the names, and then sometimes I forget which one's which. Kangling. She's like an assassin that's really awesome, is going to come in and save the day. I just know it because her and her squad left out already, and she's like, just be careful because this is going to happen. So I assume they're going to come in and save the day to start season 2. But people talk about how good of a political anime Attack on Titan is, like the politics in Attack on Titan. It's got nothing on the politics of Kingdom. Now let me tell you about the politics in Kingdom. First, you start off with an uprising. So after the first episode, you get the story of why Piao is taken away, and it's because he looks like the king, right? So the little brother of the king tries to take over the kingdom, and there's this big uprising, right? And the king's most powerful backer, Lu Buwei, is like off, and he's like, I'm not coming back until after this is taken, right? And then you got what is his name? Wang Zhang Wang, something like that. Wang Mao, Wang Ming, maybe. I don't know. There's so many Wangs because it's like ancient China. So he's one of the 6 great generals. He's the only one still alive, right? And he's got these big ass lips, it would be my chin to my nose is like the size of his lips, and like even Shin is like, you big lip freak, right? It's very funny, but there's like the animation is not great, right? So it's like cha 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 cha, like it looks like it's hand drawn, but it's so good. The politics in that is 4 seasons long to get to the end of the uprising of the politics, and then you have all this military strategy. You get all the military wars. It's so much fun. Season 5 just came out. I'm so excited. We will do a Biggles breakdown once the entire season 5 is finished. Who knows? It's probably going to be the end of the year. There's at least 12 episodes, but most seasons are like 26 to like 30 something. So I want to find out more what's going to happen because I love this show. I think it's amazing. And the animation in season 5 is so much better than 1, 2, 3, and 4 that I'm just like, let's go. I am so excited to find out what happens next Sunday. So I wanted to end talking about that. Do you guys want to go back in Discord and watch something? You guys have anything you want to watch? Chat, you guys can come into my Discord and watch it as well. We'll figure out something we're watching.
Do you want to watch like the first couple episodes of Konosuba and get into it?
No. You didn't sell it, okay? You did not sell it. You were like, I am a butt sniffer, is what you said.
This from Mr. Cha 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 animation guy.
Yeah, dude, okay, so the animation is really bad in season 1 and 2, but the show is so good. Like the story, the characters, the fucking politics of the kingdom, like holy shit, it's so good, man. Like there's this fight in a city of just like old dudes and women and children that are fighting, all because the king shows up and they're like, we must fight for the king. And it's fucking great. I fucking love it. It's worth it. If you guys want to spend like 100 and something episodes watching it, it's worth it. What up, Bone? We're just about to end this, but I did post in the Discord that we're probably going to watch anime in my my Discord. I do want to watch Kingdom of Ruin. It's an entirely different thing. I don't really know what it is, but it looked cool, so I kind of want to watch it, and it's almost completely done, and then there's only like 12 episodes. I need to find the chibi version of ReZero in English because Crunchyroll does not have the English dub, so I want to watch the English dub.
Well, I was going to say that if you want just for the list of stuff I'd recommend other than the one we were talking about for most of the time would be that I just finished, obviously, was Magi, Konosuba, and then I also finished Fairy Tail, which is supposed to be getting a new series this year.
Okay.
Not 100. The manga is out. It came out in 2018, but I don't know if they haven't totally officially said they're coming out with the new series, but I hope they do because it would be cool to get some kind of at least going forward after over 300 episodes of actually seeing something happen.
If you watch Fairy Tail and have the English subtitles underneath the English dub, and they're entirely different because you get all the changes from like the sub to the dub.
Are they doing there? Because I think that's Funimation, isn't it? Or at least halfway through they took over.
It's so different. It's insane.
They kept the same voice actors though.
Well, no, they didn't because ones are Japanese and one are English.
No, I'm talking about the English and sub version. They kept the English ones.
Yeah, but the subtitles for the English version are different. When you're listening to the English version and you have the subtitles on for the English subtitles, all the words are different than what they're saying.
Oh,
So it says
I thought
all
you
the
meant
changes in that.
Japanese one. The stuff it's different.
All right, but we have hit an hour. That is the end of the Biggles break because this is not the Biggles breakdown. Wednesday, watch my video of me talking about reviewing Daikatana Volume 2, the 6 through 10. Oh, shit, did I just kick out Swigs? Or did he leave on his own? Did I accidentally kick him? What the fuck? All right, whatever. That's fine. I will see you guys all Wednesday in the premiere for that. And I will see you guys all Monday next week as we do another Biggles break. If you want to come in and talk what animes you're watching, do it. All right. Bye.
Biggles is here. Hi, says I could be a hooker. Biggles, will your hooker name be Bagels? Mine would be cream cheese. That's my